Hi, I'm checking in with StuTube 5. This is Stuart Servitor from ibidPREP, and today we're going to be talking about the kinds of test takers. What does that mean? Well, you always hear about good test takers and bad test takers. I tend to break it down into overachievers and underachievers and how they perform on tests, and then the rest of us, who tend to be somewhere in between or sometimes a mix of the two. Overachievers, hi, how are you? Take a breath. Overachievers usually are the people that fall into the camp we call poor test takers because they grind a little bit. If they have trouble on tests, it's because a couple of reasons. Potentially, they're very results oriented. So the things they do so well in school on, oh, I always get an A, why do I do bad on tests? The problem is not genetic. They're not bad test takers. They pump and dump. They learn something for a test. They do well on the test and gone the next day. So they're not really learning. They're memorizing a set of facts and then whoosh, dumping them into the trash to make room for the next achievement. Not a great way to go about tests. Most tests, most standardized tests, are tests of basics of knowledge that you have to have on an integral level in your soul. And you have to know these basics very well and master them. And if you pump it up, it's not going to happen. The other problem for overachievers on tests is, not being perfect. They come up against a topic that looks familiar or a topic that looks hard, and instead of coping, rolling with it, figuring something out, breathing, they panic and they doubt, or they say, oh, I should have paid more attention. Oh, I should have reviewed that. They start beating themselves up, which is not a good way to take a test either. So you, overachiever, let's deal with the fact that our A's may not be always perfect indicators of knowledge, and also the fact that we're not going to be perfect on a test, and most tests are scaled, so you don't need to be perfect, but you do need to remain calm, stay poised throughout the test, and don't beat yourself up. Take a breath, see what question is really there, and maybe not having reviewed it is okay. Maybe you can, in the moment, cope, figure something out. Take a shot. Now you, that other guy over there, me, the underachiever. A lot of confidence, not used to always being prepared. So you see something you don't know, you're a relatively intelligent person, you figure something out, which is great for test taking. The best kind of test takers are slightly underachieving, kind of cocky, usually dudes. Problems there, though. Problems there. You are able to cope, sure, but you're not always able to execute. And why are you an underachiever? A lot of different reasons. Well, if I wanted to do well, I could. Yeah. Well, go ahead. I dare you. Problem is, for underachievers, sometimes they are really afraid to achieve. So because when they start to step up, they hit a little friction, they lose that cool, they lose that calm, they lose that poise. The thing about trying is, once you do it, you have to always do it. It doesn't mean that just because you tried now it's going to work out, but you just keep trying, and you can still be cocky, you can still be a cool guy, but you do have to try, and otherwise you're just going to bail whenever it starts to get a little difficult, and that's not going to do it either. So we got two types. We got the underachiever, who kind of, bails on things, doesn't grind it out, but also can handle the unknown, doesn't get so worked up about really anything. And that's a pretty good attitude on a test, because that's the best way to play any game. And tests are games. They're tests of skill, tests of knowledge, but it's a game. But they do tend to, take a powder when the going gets a little tough. So don't do that either. Overachievers, love you. God bless you. Stop grinding so much. Breathe. Respect the knowledge. Respect the process. You too, underachievers. Definitely respect the process. You are so sloppy. So sloppy. There's nothing to be gained by doing stuff in your head. Write it out. Make sure you get it right. Because the test doesn't care if you know it here. The test only cares if you know it on the paper. So do it on the paper, puppy. And overachievers, learn for real. Use all that hard work, that effort, and to learn the things you're supposed to learn. And, you know, dial it back once in a while. And you're going to do much better on these tests. Remember, nobody is born a good or bad test taker. They're confident, poised, knowledgeable students facing an exam that they're well prepared for. And that could very easily be you. Lastly, remember, you can't change the test, but you can change your mind. See you soon. Bye-bye.